Hey guys, Sam from Manfa Makes and
Moose Mike.
So welcome back to all our returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give us a thumbie. They are free and there are a lot of you newbies. Hey, nice to see you. Thanks for giving us a chance. So you will be seeing this on Thursday, and every Thursday here on Manfa Makes for what has seemed like the most longest time, we have a segment known as
Tile of the Week, Thursday.
And if you are new here, I will give you the brief explanation. For all my people that have been here since the beginning, just ignore the next couple of minutes. So, Tile of the Week Thursday, what is that? Not the July just gone, but the July of 2022. I received this book in Happy Mail. I got mine on Amazon. We are not sponsored or affiliated. You can get it at other good bookstores too, but I'm letting you know I got it off my Amazon wish list. I got overexcited and I pledged to make all 100 crochet tiles, as the book is called. It is also edited by Sarah Callard, by the way. I pledged to make all 100 tiles from this book, one a week, until it was done. Now, bearing in mind, we took a week, maybe two off last year, and we will be taking 2 weeks off at Christmas, but we'll warn you of that closer to the time. We need a break, guys. We need family time. This is going to take the best part of 2 years, and I didn't know that when I was like, yeah, I'm going to make one a week till it's done, because I didn't do the maths that there's 52 weeks in a year. And so that's the best part of 2 years. So we've been doing this for quite some time, well over a year now.
Lots to watch.
Yes, I will link the playlist down below because this week we are on tile number 65, I believe. So well over halfway, but still plenty more still to come. Okay, we've got 35 still to go, but we are on that downward slope, which is amazing.
And I was the stupid one that thought I'd come along for the ride.
Yes, but Mike wasn't the only one who thought he would come along for the ride. There have been several of people that have joined in along the way. It was never meant to be a crochet along. It just kind of organically happened like that because a few of our friends went, well, if they're going to do it, we're going to do it too because it sounds like fun. And then by about tile 3, we're like, yeah, this is not fun anymore. But we still have 97 to go. There have been some in here that have been okay, semi-enjoyable. There have been some that have been just...
almost made me quit.
heinous pigs is the best way to describe them. They were just awful. And they have brought us to tears and mantrams. Like he said, it nearly brought him to the brink of quitting at one point a couple of months back.
And not just the tiles.
So, yeah, there are now, after this video, 65 videos in that playlist. But also, if you type in the search bar at the top of YouTube, hashtag Tile of the Week Thursday, you will see everybody's posts or videos that have gone out using that hashtag. And you will see some of the other lovelies that have joined in along the way. Some of them have had to take a hiatus for one reason or the other. Some joined in from the start. Some joined partway through. Some are going to go back and do the catch-up tiles. Some aren't. This is a very much... this was my stupid idea because I didn't think it through before it came out of my mouth worldwide on YouTube. So we don't expect anyone to join in anyway. We're just showcasing what we're doing. But we do still have some lovelies joining in. So if you want to find out who those lovelies are, put it in the search bar. And also, if I could please ask after watching this video, you head over to my community tab. Because as always, our beautiful Yarny friend Josephine, who does not have content, she is just a Yarny family friend. She has joined in pretty much straight from the start. She's got a few catch-ups to do, but she's near enough smashed it out of the park, guys. And she sends me a picture every week of her tile, and I will have put her tile on my community tab. And I'm not sure if I've got anything from Tracy this week, but if I do, it will be there. If I don't, I'm sure she will send pictures as and when she gets to it. Like I said, there's no pressure, there's no stress. We're not asking you to go and buy a book and join in. If you want to buy a book and join in, by all means, but we're not actually requesting that. We just ask that you come and see what we have thought of that particular tile that week. And I think I covered it all. So yes, If you want to know who else, search bar, hashtag Tile of the Week Thursday, and please check out the community tab to see my lovely friends that are joining in that don't have channels, their beautiful work, and give them some lovely kind words of encouragement. I would really appreciate it. And thank you once again, Josephine, if you are watching, for joining in and supporting Mike and I on this crazy journey of ours. So that's the book. Now, what was this week's tile? This week's tile was called Tiled Bricks. It is tile number 65. The designer was Carol Ibbotson. She requested 2 colours of an Aran weight yarn and a 3.5mm hook. The 3.5mm hook is never going to happen because I have actually had to go up to a 5, sometimes a 5.5. I believe Mike's using a 5.5. Otherwise, they are warped and twisted and you're never going to get them flat. And considering you guys are requesting these tiles for me to send them to you, they need to be as good as we possibly can. They're not all brilliant. Some of them will need blocking, but so what do I mean by that? We did a video quite a little while ago saying we're not going to be doing anything with these tiles. They're sat in a bag gathering dust. If anyone wants any, drop me an email, let me know which tiles you want, I'll whip them out in the post. Since we got onto the mosaic section, I think we must be at least 7 mosaics in, if not more. I have said, if you see one that you like, or if you like the look of the coming up week, the first one to email me saying, Dibs, I want it, I will put your name on a list and I will get them sent to you. I will most probably send them out after Christmas because, as you can appreciate, leading up to the holidays, it's a very expensive time of year. But if you want the tiles and they are not already spoken for, the first person to send me an email is the person that's going to get them. And yes, several of you I have had to say, I'm so sorry, they've already been claimed. But we still have 35 loads of tiles to go, guys. So there is still plenty of opportunity, and I still have a pile that were not claimed last time. So once we get through, you know, this last section of the book, we will revisit what tiles we've got left to send out, and you will get another chance to grab a couple, okay? So what is the tile supposed to look like? Tiled bricks is supposed to look a little bit like that. And what's different about this week is all the previous rounds we were doing in the round, we were going in a circle. This time we're going backwards and forwards in rows. So there are a lot more rows, but there's lots less stitches backwards and forwards. So that was the main difference. We both have used 2 colours. Mike used a 5.5mm clover. I used a 5mm clover because I had to borrow yours, I believe.
You did?
Yes. Because mine was elsewhere in another project bag. You know how it is, guys. And I managed to complete mine. These tiles have already been claimed, so you cannot claim these, but when I show you what next week's looks like, I believe they are available. So the first person to email me wanting them will be the first person to go on my list and get them. So yeah, it was different because we weren't going around and around, we were going backwards and forwards. But actually what I liked about doing this one is, for Mike's benefit, as he goes through, he will understand the bit that is highlight, because you get the written instructions, guys, and you get charts and diagrams in this book, so it doesn't matter at what level you are at reading patterns, it should be able to help. You get to see the little section that is the repeat, and then when it says you need to do that repeat another 2 times, you repeat that another 2 times and then you finish off. So it's a nice way of Mike seeing how that is on the page and understanding which bit is repeated in that diagram. I hope that made any sense, because normally the diagrams we've had in the round, it's just repeat on all 4 sides because you're going round in a square. This time it's only one section that you have to do before you finish off. So it's just a different way of understanding a pattern. Now I will let Mike explain his experience. I will just go through mine quickly because, spoiler, I have finished mine. I did it well early. I think it was either the Friday or the Saturday. I believe it might have been the Saturday because I had the day off and I managed to even complete it before we went live. Because I like to get these done and dusted and out of the way because I've got more important crochet to do. Sorry to anyone that's a designer in this book, but I don't want to do it. I'm only doing this because you guys love it and you want us to see us complete the 100. But it's not my most favoured job of the week to do. I love doing this video for you because it's our most favourite, but I don't like making the thing to do this video. Let's put it like that. I didn't have any difficulties. I have done mosaic a lot more than what Mike has in the past. I have been used to the backwards and forwards and the repeating in the pattern until you get it to the desired height, etc. This one, it didn't tell us to fasten off at the end of every row, because normally in mosaic you do your row, fasten off, rejoin on the other side, fasten off, and you end up with loads of tails. I ain't about to do that. I've carried my yarn up the side, and that means I will only have a few tails rather than a bajillion. So I have carried my yarn up the side. It didn't make it clear in this pattern if that is what you were supposed to do or not, but that is what I have done, okay? So I did use 2 Aran weights, which are 4 weights. Sorry, you guys across the pond, an Aran weight is a 4 weight. I should have clarified that. And I've got to work out which is my front and which is my back. Hang on a minute, guys. I do believe that, yeah, that's my front, I think. So there is my tiled bricks. I did it in a raspberry colour and I did it in like a beigey oatmeal-y colour. There we go. So it will need a little bit of blocking, but not masses. There we go. So, yeah. And I'm not bragging when I said this. I just didn't have any issues. I whipped it out. Job done. There it is. And I will let Mike explain his experience with this tile.
So, my experience with this tile, I messed it up 4 times. I had to frog it all the way back to the beginning 4 times.
Yeah.
And because of that, I chose not to do it.
Mm.
And then I thought I better do it because I've got to show it. And I messed it up again.
And somebody's claimed these.
Yes. And then I messed it up again. So I got very... What's the word? Disheartened.
Yes,
maybe?
that would work very well.
Yeah,
Yes.
disheartened by doing this, so it didn't get done.
And can I just interject slightly? Like I was saying, for all the weeks before we were going around and around, this is the first one we've done forwards and backwards.
Yes.
And I have been incredibly busy myself doing other things, which I will explain in tomorrow's video.
Because
So Mike was left to his own devices, which if it was around and around, you
would've been
know
fine.
that he's smashed those out for the past however many weeks.
yeah,
Because it is a new technique and because he was left on his own, unfortunately, without me realising, because I have been uber busy and distracted, he was left floundering a little bit. Then when I actually twigged, you know, light bulb went off, Manfa, he is really struggling and he's getting really disheartened, you need to step in and help. It was too late for him to be able to get the whole thing done in time to show you, but now I've put him on the right track. He
Yes.
endeavours to complete it. It will be completed.
but this is what I've got so far.
Yes. So 5th try, he knows
Yes.
where he's going.
The first try, I got up to about here, maybe I don't know, round
We've
16.
got 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Yeah,
14,
so an
yeah.
extra 2 rounds on top of that, and then I was like, oh, my count's off.
Mm.
And then realised it was right at the beginning. So I had to
Yeah.
go right to the beginning. It's
I
just
think-
crazy. But
I think
I
some
will
of
get it
it,
done.
some of it was you had to chain 34, but you had to go in the second chain from the hoop hook to get it down to 33. For whatever reason, Mike wasn't getting his beginning row at 33, so it was off before he had even begun trying to do the pattern, and he had done that 3 or 4 times and then thought, oh, for goodness sake, I cannot understand where I am going wrong. And also, the other tiles, because it's inset mosaic, it was chain 3, skip 2, And Mike figured out that actually if you chain 2, skip 2, it kind of keeps it all compacted and less flimsy and wibbly wobbly. So he kind of put that same theory in this one, where it says chain 2, skip 1. He was only chaining 1, skip 1, and then he couldn't see his gaps very clearly. When we discovered that and he went back to chaining 2, he could see the gaps of where he was dropping down to much clearer, which meant at the end of every row he had the correct stitch
So there is
count.
a magic number there for your chains, chain 2, regardless.
Yeah, whether it's...
Unless you're skipping more stitches, obviously.
Yeah, so Litza, if you're watching, I'll be interested to see if you stuck to the chain 2, whether you put Mike's theory to the test and only chained 1, and whether you could do it or not. It will be quite interesting to correlate between the two.
And of course, for all you newbies, I am not quite a newbie anymore at crochet.
No, it will be 2 years
Nearly
in April.
2 years,
Yeah.
But to be fair, I've learned everything from these tile books. Really,
And me.
And you, obviously at the beginning, but all the techniques are from that tile book.
It just didn't occur to me that Mike would struggle going backwards and forwards when he's managed to do in the round.
Don't know, I just couldn't figure it out.
To be fair, the first in the round we did do together, so with my guidance on that first one, you knew what you were doing right from the get-go.
Yeah,
and what I should have done is I should have sat with him this first time doing it in rows backwards and forwards, so he got it from the get-go. But hindsight is a wonderful thing, and actually what I have been distracted and busy doing is actually super important. So Mike didn't but Mike didn't want to interrupt me because he knew that what I was doing was, you know, super important. But I also feel guilty that I didn't put it down just for 5 minutes just to get him on the right track. Long story short though, guys, I sat with him for what, 5 minutes last night, 10 minutes at a push, explained to him where I thought he was going wrong. He went, yeah, we figured where the miscommunication between the pattern and my stitching is going. I now know exactly what I need to do, and I will be able to just push on and get it done. But he ran out of time to complete it before tonight, but he will get it done. So Kimberly M, if you are watching, you will get both tiles, both one from me and one from Mike. It's just Mike will play catch up either tonight or whenever to get it done. So you will get it, sweetheart. Don't panic. But we're all about being honest here at Manfa's Makes. And if we don't get it done, we show you what we have. And
there was a couple of tiles throughout this book that I have not even done because it infuriated me.
Well, it almost broke you.
Yeah,
it broke your spirit for sure.
So
maybe next week,
it
killed his crojo like you wouldn't believe. Didn't pick anything up for about a month. Anyway, so maybe Mike, if you're in agreement, next week when we do Tile of the Week, can you bring this one back to show that it is completed in its entirety for Kimberly?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So Kimberly, you'll get double bubble. You'll get to see Mike's again next week, and everyone else watching, you'll get to see that he did stick to his word and he did get it done. But that leads us on to, so what's coming next week? Well, let me show you folks. Next week is Tunnel Vision. It is another design by Carol Ibbotson. She's obviously the queen of mosaic in this book. She is again recommending a 4-weight Aran yarn and 2 colours and a 3.5mm hook. Carol, it ain't happening, love. How many times? She doesn't watch. She's probably glad she isn't watching, to be fair.
We're not loose crocheters.
No, we are real. But anyway, so we will not be using a 3.5, but we will use the 2 colours and
Aran.
Well, we'll either use Aran or we'll use DK, but we will both use the same weight yarn, whatever. Because for those of you that haven't been here before, we're actually using scraps out of our scrap bin to try and eat them up from past projects. And we do have 3-weight and 4-weight scraps, so it will just depend.
Whoever gets there first.
Probably me that decides, because I'll get there first and I'll choose which weight yarn and I'll say you have to do this.
Because I'll still be doing this one.
So... Tunnel Vision is supposed to end up looking a little bit like that. So you can either see like the archways, or you can see triangles and diamonds in there as well.
And columns.
So there we have it. That is what we have got to try and do next week. And it is... Oh, I haven't got the next page. Bear with me, guys. It is another 46 rower. Same as this week. Just give you a little flash of a chart. I'm not supposed to show patterns, but whoop, there's the chart. So you get written instructions and you get charts. Just saying, because I didn't just show you the same picture. See. So yeah, and what are her notes? Motif is worked in inset mosaic crochet in rows. 2 rows are worked in each colour. Work is turned after each row. Carry unused yarn across the right hand side of the work. So we do carry, which then means, did I just totally ignore that on the other one? Most probably. Carry unused yarn across the right hand side of the work. So I am supposed to be carrying the yarn up, so I did it right anyway. Just didn't read that bit. Silly Manfa. Okay, so pretty much the same principle as this week, just a totally different design. It's still the same lady. So come back and see if we get that done next week. I
think that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing this week. Tile.
Yeah, have you even got anything to show tomorrow?
A little bit.
You have got a little bit. Okay, so Kimberly M. Mike will complete it. You will get your pair. This one, nobody has claimed this one yet. If you want to get your hands on this pair, you need to be the first in my inbox, my email inbox. It's easy for me to say, not. And then I'll put your name on the list and send them out after Christmas to you. Yeah, so that will be tile 66 now. Please come back tomorrow, because tomorrow we will have our next episode of Crochet Catch Up, which is where Mike and I tell you about all the other crochet we've been up to this week, which for both of us isn't a lot.
No.
It isn't a lot, and I will explain all when I see you tomorrow. But until then,
stay safe.
Be kind.
Look after one another.
Get some good quality time in with your loved ones.
Get some good quality crafting time in.
We will see you in the next one.
Or around the YouTube streets.
Bye, guys. Bye. Love ya.